This is matching sentence endings. This here is what we call matching sentence endings. Look at the thing here. Complete each sentence with the correct ending. Complete each sentence with the what? With the correct endings A to E below. Okay, I need to go back. All right. Complete each sentence with correct ending A to E below. So here we have two lists. Are you guys still with me? Let me be sure you guys are still with me. If you are still with me, let me see your message in the Zoom chat. Let me see your message. Just drop your message and let me know if you are still with me. If you are still with me, just type and say, yes, I am with you. Yes, I am with you. Just drop a response. Let me know if you are still with me. All right. Thank you very much. Now, complete each sentence with the correct ending A to E below. So this A, B, C, D, E at the ending, that is the what's it called? The final part of the sentence. 11 to 13 are the starting parts of the sentence. Look at number 11. Dudley displayed a precocious talent from an early age. However, he was aware of what? Aware of what? How do I know what to put? I need to come and check these options. He was aware of certain limitations. He was aware, no. He was aware his artistic studies. He was aware dumb art critic. You understand? So we are picking this one of these five options and using it as a sentence to complete this number 11. So what is my keyword here? Dali is my keyword here. Dali is my keyword. Early age is my keyword. Aware is a keyword also. So look at it. So I can see Dali here, Salvador Dali. Okay? Eccentric, avant-garde exponent of the surrealist movement. Love him or loathe him, Dali's work has achieved enduring worldwide fame as his name and work have become virtually synonymous with surrealism. Okay, Dali displayed precocious talent from an early age. Okay, early age is a keyword for me here. So look at paragraph B. Second paragraph. At the age of 6, I wanted to be a cook. At 7, I wanted to be Napoleon, and my ambition has been growing steadily ever since. Such ambition and self-belief matured into full-blown arrogance later in the later years. An example of this is amply shown on occasion when the artist felt the examiners of the Madrid Academy was attending were well below par. To a degree, was undeniably impressive, is undeniably an impressive precocious talent. Aha. Precocious talent from an early age. Caused his conceit. He was only 14 when his first works were exhibited as part of a show in Figures. Then 3 years later, he was admitted to Royal Academy of Fine Arts. However, look at it, however, it's also here. It wasn't long before Dali's highly developed sense of self-worth or conceit, depending on how you view the artist, came to the fore and also affected the course of his life. Believing himself way superior to the academic tutors, who nevertheless refused to grant him a degree, the rebellious artist left for Paris. Hold on. Dali displayed precocious talent from an early age. However, he was aware of certain limitations in his artistic skills that became evident in his later works. Limitation, I've not seen anything about limitation. They say here that he was even proud. The issue of limitation, I've not seen it yet. He had conceits and then he left Paris. There he hoped to not avail, he hoped to avail himself of the knowledge that he believed his tutors were not adequate to impart. So this I can't see limitations there. However, his artistic studies needed to be supplemented by going to Paris to meet the surrealist artists. Yeah. This C can match with it. Look at it. French surrealist Jean App. So based on this thing here, Based on this sentence, he soon made acquaintance with the French surrealist. French, that's in Paris. When you say Paris, that's France, that's French. So this matches well with statement C. Is, however, look at it, let's match it. Dali displayed precocious talent in early ages. Sorry, Dali displayed a precocious talent from an early age. However, he was aware his artistic studies needed to be supplemented by going to Paris to meet surrealist artists. Can you see? He left for Paris, met French surrealists. Can you see? So this C is going to be my answer to number 11. C is the best for number 11. Number 12, encountering the French surrealist painter in Paris, dash. So what's the next? French surrealist, these are French surrealist painters. Hold on. Sigmund Freud Dali was to witness how French surrealists were attempting to capture Freud's ideas in paint. Okay, hold on. Encountering the French surrealist painters in Paris, what did he do? Inspired, opened. Hold on. This may be our answer. Let me read this paragraph. Already familiar with the psychoanalytic theories, can you see? Psychoanalytic theories of Sigmund Freud. Look at it here. Psychoanalytic is here. Opened Dali's eyes to the psychoanalytic movements, the ideas which he then incorporated into his work. Can you see? So look at it here. The whole world of the unconscious sublimated into dreams was to become the content of this artist's work, and later that of Dali's too. So he incorporated it into his work. So option B can be matched to number 12. Ladies and gentlemen, let me share a strategy with you here for matching sentence endings. Any ending that you add to a particular starting sentence must make sense grammatically. It must make sense grammatically. That's number one. Number two, it must be accurate in line with the information that is in the passage. Okay, now look at this number 12. Let me give you an illustration. Number 12, encountering the French surrealist painter in Paris inspired Dali to focus on the psychoanalytic content of his artwork. This option E makes sense grammatically. Encountering the French surrealist painters in Paris inspired Dali to. Can you see that it makes sense? The sentence sounds logical. Okay? But it's actually not correct based on the passage. Okay, I'll come back to that later on. Let me look at option B. If I use D instead, if I use D for this number 12 instead, this is how it's going to sound. Encountering the French surrealist painters in Paris, dome art critics are less in. Can you see that something is off? You can't. This ending does not fit in with this place. It does. So using option D as your answer for number 12 will give us a sentence that is not accurate grammatically. Encountering the French surrealist painters in Paris, dome art critic, that does not make sense. But if you say encountering the French surrealist painter in Paris inspired Dali to focus, that sounds accurate. Okay, grammatically. But it's not correct based on the passage. Look at the one that is correct. The one that is correct is option B. Encountering the French surrealist painter in Paris opened Dali's eyes to the psychoanalytic movement. Look at what they wrote here. Let's study this again and be sure. Is it option B or option E? Let's check. Is it option B or option E? Look at it there. So this is Dali here. He has moved to France. He has met people in France. Now, the next paragraph now says, already familiar with the psychoanalytic theories of Sigmund Freud movement. Sigmund Freud. Dali was to witness how the French surrealists were attempting to capture Freud's ideas in paint. The whole world of the unconscious, sublimated into dreams, was to become the content of this artist's work, and later that of Dali's too. International acclaim followed shortly after. Hold on. This thing here, it says already familiar with psychoanalytic. This option B says open Dali's eyes to psychoanalytic. What does that sound like? Option B is sounding like he did not know about psychoanalytic before going to Paris. That's what option B is sounding like. But the passage is saying that he's already familiar with it. He's telling us that before he got to Paris, he was already familiar. That's how this thing starts. Already familiar with the psychoanalytic theory, Dali was to witness how French surrealists were attempting to now capture that theory into what? So E actually sounds more accurate based on the passage than B. So you see, we focused on the two sentences that seem to be grammatically accurate, and then based on the passage, we now pick the correct one. And for me, I think the answer should be E. So I'm going to change my mind. Number 12 is going to be option E. Number 12 is going to be option E. E is more appropriate. Number 13 now. Dali's artistic legacy is secure, although dash. So let's see. Artistic legacy. Let's go to the passage now. Praise continued to be heaped on Dali as a French poet and critic. Okay. Gave the artist his blessing to continue carrying the torch for the artistic movement. Dali's surrealist paintings were packed with feudal imagery. Okay, I'm looking for legacy. Legacy is my keyword. Legacy, or something that sounds like legacy. A meeting with the Grand Master of Psychoanalysis proved somewhat unfortunate. On the occasion that Dali met Freud, he proceeded to sketch the latter in earnest. However, something about Dali's fervid attitude must have alarmed the psychoanalyst, as he is said to have whispered to others in the room, "That boy looks like a fanatic." That boy looks like a fanatic. Sometimes Dali came across not only as mad but also as unintelligible, at least as far as his paintings were concerned. One work, The Persistence of Memory, was particularly singled out for sheer confusion it caused amongst its viewers, featuring melting clocks, swarming ants, and a mollusk that was the deflated head of Dali in disguise. The images were so puzzling that one critic urged readers to page Dr. Fred to uncover the meaning of the canvas. His work was, if nothing else, provocative and powerful. I've not seen this issue about legacy yet. With the passing years, Dali became ever more infatuated with money. Okay? He also never failed to promote himself and displayed increasingly exhibitionist behavior. Most notably, once turned up for a lecture in Paris in Rolls Royce stuffed with cauliflowers. He obviously believed that the slogan of one of his advertising campaign, "If you got it, flaunt it," has more positive outcome of his love for money. Dali took on increasing diverse projects, ranging from, despite a lukewarm reception from critics, Dali's public popularity never declined. In 1974, at 70 years old, the Dali Theatre Museum opened in his hometown, Figueres. More of a surrealist happening than a museum. One exhibit was a long black Cadillac that rained inside itself whenever a visitor dropped a coin into the slot. Even today, thousands of visitors still tour the museum each year. Whatever your opinion of him, at least Dali is unlikely to be ever forgotten. Dali's artistic legacy is secure, although, let me check, although of certain limitations, no. It can't be. Although open Dali's, no. Although his artistic study, no. Although Dome, yeah, this answer is going to be D. Although Dome art critics are less impressed with his work than the general public. This number 13 is going to be D. Dome art critics are less impressed. Yes, I think I saw something like that. Let me see. Look at it here. According to one art critic, can you see this place? Let's read the entire sentence. His critics, however, believe that early on in his career, his love for money exceeded his dedication to producing great art, resulting in Dali producing awful junk. Can you see? After 1939, according to one. So they did not really, the art critic, they were less impressed with his work. That's option D. So number 13 is going to be what? It's going to be D. Matching sentence endings. The remaining questions here are multiple choice questions. We're going to be treating multiple choice questions another day. Today is not for multiple choice questions. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me submit and see what my score will be. Let me check part 3. Is there matching sentence endings here? Okay, there's no matching sentence endings here. What of passage 1? There's no matching sentence. So let me just submit and see what my score will be for 11, 12, and 13. 11, 12, and 13. What is my score gonna be? Matching sentence endings. Okay. Yeah, see the answers here. Number 11, C, correct. Number 12, E, correct. Number 13, D, correct. All my answers are correct. Matching sentence ending. So you see what we did? You go through the statements and register the keywords in your mind. Okay? You register, especially the starting sentences. Let the keywords register in your mind. Okay? And then you now go to the passage and begin to read the passage carefully. So you start with the first statement, carefully read the passage, and then once you are sure that you have covered a sizable part of the passage that covers what is in question 11, you now come to the list of ending statements and look for the statement that can best match to it. Whatever statement you pick must be grammatically aligned. Okay? It must be what? It must be grammatically aligned with the what? With the or let me put it this way. It must be grammatically accurate and the information must be grammatically correct in line with the passage. Let me put it that way. Okay? That's what matching sentence endings. So again, like I said, you must practice lots of this particular question type so that you can what? You can master it. Okay?